Welcome back to the fourth quarter of the Bobby Dupre Show, along with my sidekick, Andrew Gitros.
Good morning.
We got to grind it out and make a touchdown.
Make a touchdown.
I guess this is about the third time we talk about Miss Anita Dejon and her passing. And we had mentioned the last time we spoke about Miss Anita, how beautifully she was always dressed with a big, beautiful sombrero covering her face, a hat, beautiful hat.
A lot of people know her as the bike lady.
The bike lady, old-time bicycle. Yeah. And she was a native of Lawtell, a long-time resident of Opelousas, it says here. And she was 86 years old. Then now they're going to have the memorial. We had announced that there would be a memorial service, and that's going to be held at 2:30 on October the 5th.
That's Friday.
At Bellevue Memorial Park Cemetery right here in Opelousas. Again, to all of her friends and all, I'm sure you would be welcome to attend this memorial and show your respect for a beautiful lady that really took care of her business.
How about Andy Williams passing away, the guy that sang Moon River and had the little variety show on NBC back in the 60s a lot of people watched, and Days of Wine and Roses was that other song he would sing. He passed away at 84 and had all those big hits, and I know a lot of people watched him on TV. They used to have the Christmas specials too. They do the Christmas specials with Andy Williams singing. So
very interesting article here about Jerome Horwitz, who was the developer of the anti-AIDS drug. He passed away, and he did his researching at Wayne State University in Detroit, Michigan. And kind of a funny thing, he tested this medication that he had on the mice, like they do, and didn't quite, I don't know, something happened. I didn't have time to reread this, but he lost the benefit of being the person who registered and copyrighted it. And they marketed it as AZT. And in 1987 became the first drug approved by the FDA. The disease caused by the human immunodeficiency virus, HIV. Right. And anyhow, he never got a nickel out of his research because this,
other company registered the patent.
Registered the patent and made all of the money on it. Anyhow, that gentleman died. But it's quite an interesting story. I'm sure that there's been a documentary or something written on that particular article.
How about this photo real quick? We want to congratulate three young ladies who are all going to school. We showed when they first got there, Louisiana School for Math, Sciences, and Arts over in Natchitoches, and the three young ladies are three local Opelousas girls. It's Chloe Latoul on the left, Siobhan Prasad in the middle, and Austin Guidros over on the right. They're all juniors in high school.
Juniors in high school. My little gotcha. Ooh,
she tells me her chemistry teacher was on the team that worked on one of those AIDS projects that, I mean, they get it's PhDs that teach them. I mean, you know, doctorates, and one of these guys actually was on that team. So I mean, it's incredible. So
the Tour de Teche is going to continue, and it's continuing to grow, I might add. It's the largest amount have signed up for the event, which will start in Port Barre this Friday morning. So if you want to watch them take off, and we keep saying we're going to...
We were supposed to go, but you had to go for your trike this year. I got to go get my trike. I'll have to wait till next year when you can help.
When I can give you a hand. I saw where the Lieutenant Governor was touring St. Landry Parish. And,
Jay Darden.
And found a number of things, he said, that are very interesting. And
he liked the Arnaville Arts projects that they're doing.
He liked that, and he liked the project over at the Solid Waste project.
The recycling of the gas.
And they right now servicing about 50 vehicles with this gas that they're able to recapture. And with just a little bit more work, they could take care of 100 to 500 vehicles. So it's just expensive to
convert the vehicle.
to be able to use this
if they
type
get that
of protein.
cost down, you know,
it's about $12,000, which makes it kind of
cost prohibitive.
That's correct.
Government, it works because they can keep the cars a lot longer.
And they're getting government grants.
Correct.
They're getting grants from Washington, D.C. And then we wonder why the government is broke in Washington, D.C. Every time you pick up the newspaper, they're giving to some cause, hurricane cause, earthquake cause, tsunami, you name it, and they're called on, and everybody has their hands out.
Right.
But they want to talk about them, and they put their hands down. They don't want any of the money until they need it.
Right.
Then they put their hands out.
One political group wants to say no taxes, another political group wants to give some money away. People like both those stories, but you can't have both. You got to find a balance.
Yep, and that's the important thing, is getting the balance. Look at this beautiful little Buick.
A red Skylark.
Skylark convertible.
67.
And this picture was sent to us along with an article from our friend over in the Lafayette area, John T. Landry. John T.
Right.
He goes by John T. And it's a Ragin' Cajun red convertible. It's for sale. It belongs to his son, Craig. And got all
V8, all new stuff, even your iPod connects. If you want to call his son Craig. They're looking for $15,000 for the car. 258-5954.
It's a beauty. It is a beauty.
If you're a UL fan, man, you need that red and white car.
Well, and then it's homecoming week, and everybody's going red.
The Queen can ride with you.
That's correct. Hey, nah.
How about this? We talked about this early in the year. The Opelousas Main Street Christmas ornaments are still being sold. You can get them at Sebastian Dupre's Fine Jewelry, the Opelousas Tourist Information Center at $15 a piece. It's a nice thing of the Jim Bowie oak and the little building on the side of it. Call Melanie Lee, 948-5227.
I see where our present quarterback, Mr. Mettenberger, said that the senior who graduated last year, Jared Lee, was a tremendous inspiration to him.
Overcame a lot of adversity.
A lot of adversities, and ended up with a heck of a good senior year until it was cut short about halfway. He got to play half.
He was undefeated as long as he started.
That's right, and got us, LSU, to be ranked #1 in the nation.
The Back to 50 Sock Hop is coming up at the Delta Grand Theater on October the 20th. Doors open at 6 p.m., $5 for entry. Come dressed in your 50s outfit. If you want more information, you can call 407-1806, and the 20th is a Saturday night.
The prison rodeo at Angola is during the month of October. So this Sunday, you can go up to the Angola and see some of the, I mean, I've been there years ago. I went, and it's a good experience. And these men who ride and perform really do a great job, and it's a big arts and crafts sale.
A lot of arts and crafts that the guys, they've got time on their hands.
Yeah, they're doing time, and they're working on time.
So a lot of them make these arts and crafts.
And what began 40 years ago as a fun thing by a handful of rodeo-loving inmates and employees is now big business. In fact, the capacity of seating is over 10,000 people now with a covered area. So,
and you know, all the I mean, Angola, when you said the word Angola, it was the example of the worst prison in our country. I mean, there's no doubt when people used to say Angola. And now with Warden Kane that's there, now they hold them up as a model as how many of these men, you know, find God while they're there, find their arts and crafts, inner skills, that there's really rehabilitation going for some of these guys. Now, a lot of them don't ever get to come out of there.
Angola is the largest maximum security prison in the United States with 5,000 offenders and a staff of 1,800, and it's located on 18,000 acres of prime farmland. And look at that, boy, this guy's having fun.
I'll tell you what, look like a real cowboy. Huh?
Yep, and he was a cowboy, probably on the outside. Yep. How about Miss Pierre?
They finally came to a conclusion. Some of the councilmen had heard that maybe she wasn't interested in serving out her husband's term, and there was a worry that maybe that they were pressuring her too much to put her in. But I think in the end, they all decided she wanted the job, and they wanted to give her the job. So I'm glad I didn't have to go to the governor's office, because they might have to wait for him to come back in the state.
Well, he probably wouldn't be there. Right now, he's politicking. He's politicking on our time. He's building a resume. I call it, they say, why do you think he's doing all that? He's building a resume. And, well, we're not going over there. That could get out of line. And I'm getting my book.
How about these photos? I've got a little red truck. Who's that for?
That's my little red truck.
Oh, come on.
Well, that's Vicky's little red truck.
Little Chevrolet.
Okay, a little Chevrolet 46. I mean, this gentleman from Texas did an excellent job, and it's about 4 years I've had it now.
Now, let's show you other trike.
I have a little trike already, a little two-wheel trike, but the two wheels are in the front on this particular one. You remember that day I gave you that picture? And
you said, find that bike.
And went to Italy, Piaggio, and they steered you right to the dealership in Baton Rouge,
They sent me to California first, and the guy in California says, we can't get them. He says, but there is one on the Gulf Coast in Baton Rouge. And California sent me to Baton Rouge, and that guy, you got the first one.
Yeah, first one, yep, sure did. Excellent little bike.
And then you got the other toy.
Yeah, I got another little toy.
Little Corvette.
I don't use them much, but they stay in good shape. Somebody will get them later on.
And then the last bike, that's that big, what, soft-tail Harley?
Soft-tail Springer.
Yeah, Springer.
Harley Davidson, and I'm keeping that one two wheels. I still like my two wheels riding, but the trike will be a lot of fun, according to everybody I've talked to. And Ronnie Leger, you remember, used to work with the City Hall, City Court system for many, many years. Retired state trooper, by the way.
Correct.
Earlier. And anyhow, talked to him, and he said, Bobby, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. And it's time. No, it's not time.
You got plenty of time.
Farmers looking at a good year.
Yay,
and
I like to hear that.
That is something. The prices are they're the best they've ever been. And on the other hand, the crop is just equally as
nice
good.
And big.
And not too much of a loss in our area. In St. Landry Parish, you know something I didn't know? St. Landry Parish has more acreage in soybeans than any other parish in the state. Can you imagine? But local farms also have about 24,000 acres in rice, 15,000 in grain and sorghum, and about 12,000 acres in corn.
I was surprised the corn numbers were so low, but I need to get my brother Marcus Guitro over at CPS to give us a tutorial as to why corn has gone back down in acreage.
It said the corn came in early this year. They were seeing 135 to 140 average bushels per acre.
Unreal.
We even had some in the 180 bushels per acre.
You're making it then.
You're making some change, and it's about $17 a bushel right now. No, that's soybean. Soybeans around $18, but a lot of the farmers had booked at 12 to 14.
That's the bad thing. You want to book.
But you have to do it.
You got to book it a little early.
You have to do it
when you think the price is right.
But it's still, that's a good price. But anyhow, we happy for our farmers because they're going to be buying brand new tractors
and insurance
to cover them and everything
that goes with it.
And it's
down to the end.
Down to the end. We have a lot more to talk about. We'll visit with you next week with all of that. Lord and Savior, you have called me. Keep me steadfast in all your ways until the end. This weekend, please attend the church of your choice. We thank you for viewing. We thank you for telling a friend. And we thank you, Andrew, for assisting.
Be careful on your way to Texas.
Watching KDCG TV, uniquely Acadiana.